We are recording.
Here we are. Welcome to another episode of CCT, the first 5 years.
I am Gail Becker.
And I'm Andy Abrams, and we are the founders of Capital City Theater, Madison's regional musical professional theater company and conservatory.
Yay.
And
we're out here reaching out to some of the artists that have been part of the first 5 years for us. So we're talking to some people that were in some of our shows, and we've got a real special guest today.
We do indeed. As you know, we bring in use a lot of local people. We also bring in some people from New York and Chicago and DC. And one of the people that we were excited to bring in this last year when we did On the Town was Josh Walden, who is a big up and coming director, choreographer in New York City, and he did a wonderful job. And here is Josh.
Hello, Josh.
Hello.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you. You look fabulous.
Oh, thanks. You know.
Welcome to you in Pandemic Central out there.
And welcome back to Madison virtually.
Oh my God, I want to come back so badly.
Oh, I think we'll figure out a way.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely.
Even if you direct from a computer and everybody's in a different room.
We can do it.
I'll do that. Excellent.
So how are you doing? Tell us a little bit of what's going on with you in the last couple, these last month and weeks, and what you're doing to kind of pass the time.
Yeah. So this was a big wake-up call for me. I'm not someone who is an alarmist. I tend to be a very positive person, and I don't really think the worst is going to happen. So the first couple days really kicked my butt, and I had to kind of change my whole outlook so that I could be a better husband, I could be a better partner, I could be a better dog owner. And as soon as I wrapped my head around that, not that I thought that it was like a paid vacation, because I thought that would be weird to see it like that. But all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, this is an opportunity to just be in the place I love, my apartment. And the first thing that I started to do was just organize. I started to organize all of my cabinets. I started to shred pieces of paper that I don't need.
I cleaned out 4 junk drawers. Absolutely. Yeah. I totally did.
And it's something that I wanted to do for years. So it's actually been really beneficial in that way. And then the next thing is I wanted to create some kind of schedule. So I started to think about okay, I'm going to go to work today. I'm going to make sure that I go into the office, sit down, and that script that I wrote, or that musical I wrote, I'm going to send it to my friend who's a much better playwright than I am, and see if he can help me out with that, so we can really make that a dream come true for me. And then I started going on dates with my husband. We went to see the opera one night. I guess the Met, they were showing operas that were filmed previously.
Right.
They were showing them.
The HD broadcasts, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we set up the living room like a theater. We went to the kitchen like it was a bar, and I was like, hey, I'll have 2 drinks. And then we went and we watched Renee Fleming. We got through 1 act, and then we were like, okay, we're gonna go on to something else. But it was just it was nice to do that. But the biggest creative thing that I have been doing is I created a project called Isolation Choreography Project, and it was a way for me to stay creative and connected with my dancers. So I started off with 10 dancers. I choreographed a minute piece. I sent it to them. I explained how to film it. They then filmed it, sent it back, and I edited it into a piece to showcase on social media. That went well, and then I did another one with 20 dancers. That went well, and then I did another one with 30 dancers.
Wow.
That went well. And
can we access those, Josh? Is there a way we can see them?
Yep, they're on my YouTube channel, Josh Walden. They're on my Instagram. Okay. My handle is the Josh Walden, and I'm also showing them on my Facebook.
Oh, great. Okay, we'll try.
I saw one of them. It was very, very impressive.
It's just cool because I was thinking, in my head, we're not allowed to be near each other, and we're afraid that if we make contact, that we'll spread a virus. So I was like, well, instead of spreading a virus, what if we spread a dance? And so we're now into the 4th piece. It's going to be 6 female dancers. I wanted to be on my bed and utilize a sheet, and I'm going to send that out. Oh, no, I already did. So now the women have to create it and send it to me on Sunday at noon. I edit it, and then I share everything on Monday.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
I think you got like 10 text messages just now, Josh.
Well, the reason my computer is just a little delayed, so I think those are messages from yesterday.
Most popular man in New York.
Hey, congratulations on your marriage too.
Yes.
It's very recent for you.
Yeah, thank you. It's nothing like a pandemic to kind of force you to really address some things about yourself that aren't the most beneficial or helpful in a relationship. So I have been learning a lot about me and learning about things I've never had to really address. And because we're around each other 24/7, this is an opportunity for me to go, okay, that thing that I don't like so much about myself, let's work on it right now, and see if we can find a better way to communicate, a better way to deal with situations like moments of crisis, and find a better way to just communicate.
Well, if he's around, have him pop in.
I think he might be in a towel.
Okay.
He ran in right when I was waiting. He was in a towel. He's like, "Bye, hon," and then he just raced out the door. So
we understand. So that's a great segue to what was one of your favorite memories about working on the town in Madison Capital City Theater? What is it you remember that was the most exciting for you or that you enjoyed?
I know it was me. It's okay.
The first
bananas and all.
The first thing that comes to mind right off the bat is the moment we got to hear you and the orchestra.
Yeah, I know that was one of your moments.
Yeah. I was just in the front row bawling. I remember going into the car with Chris after and driving home and just weeping because I had done the show before with just a piano player. And so that was like fun, and it was in a very small, like kind of black box theater. But that was the moment that I was like, oh, all of the choreography and the singing is now going to be supported the way that it should. So all of the accents and all of the movement is finally going to be supported in my head the way that I knew it was supposed to be supported. And that's like where I was an associate, so I was helping someone else's vision, and like I got to do the Music Man in the Middle East with like I think a 60-piece orchestra, but that wasn't mine. That was like I was helping someone else. So this was the first time that I got to see and witness the orchestration the way it was meant to be, with my movement and with my storytelling, and it just was really emotional. I don't know. I hope I have that experience again, but it's a very rare treat.
Well, we'll hopefully be able to always provide you with those orchestras because one thing we really believe in, and especially in a show that has so much ballet, where ballet and orchestral music just, I mean, that's one of the reasons I love ballet as much as I do is when it pairs with an orchestra, and it just doubles the whole effect. It's just so nice.
Ridiculous. Oh. Yeah.
So did you and Chris, I know you guys did a lot of really fun stuff here. Do you have a fond memory of something you did in Madison that was funny or fun or interesting?
Like outside of the show? Outside
of the show, yeah.
Oh, well, what was that amazing party boat ride that we did around the lake? Yeah. Wait, whose boat was that?
It again? Was
Becca? No.
Becca. Yeah. Becca Shula, right?
Yes.
Rebecca Shula.
Oh, that was awesome.
Oh my God.
In Chicago, in Arizona, or was doing Chicago and Arizona, right? Is that where I thought?
He was doing American in Paris and
American in Paris too. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, that was so nice for us because it was such a beautiful company. We have been working so hard. You had the actors from out of town, you had the local actors, you had the local ballet dancers, and everyone brought their and we all got to just be together and go around that lake and see that sunset. I think that was like one of the most like beautiful things for Chris and I. I remember sitting on the top and we just sat in 2 chairs and just watched the sun.
Yeah.
And then to hear about the history of the lake, and I just thought that was just so sweet. And to know that Becca's family, they were so proud of this boat and what it had done for them as a business. So
Yeah, that was
like,
so generous of her. It was a great time. That was a great
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
fun.
yeah.
And now,
what's your biggest takeaway, Josh, from sort of being at home? I mean, you said that you were working, you know, on your own thing and your marriage and just sort of idea, but what else do you find that would be sort of your best takeaway from having to stop the rush and the rattle of performing and choreographing and pushing those boundaries all the time?
I think two things. The first one is growing up. I'm like, you know, I'm in my 40s, and I don't think, as much as I like to think that I'm a grown up, I don't think I've really had to address, wait a minute, you don't have a lot of essentials that you should at this point. When talking about finances, talking about a savings, talking about like, I should have money in my account for moments like this. So if anything, this has really like forced me to say, okay, I know things are going to be very different when you go back into the world, but now we really have to start promoting ourselves like we've never done before. We have to reach out to every single theater company you've ever worked for, let them know that you're, you know, excited, wanting to go back. Like the new London Barn Playhouse is a theater that I grew up with. And I've been trying to work with Keith, the artistic director there, to see if I could come back and really relish in every theater, regardless if it's like Broadway or regardless of what it's how much money it brings in or how many people it reaches. Trying to make sure that I go to all these theater companies and create just more opportunities during the year to help me be secure should something like this ever happen again. So that's the big thing I'm taking away. I'm like, you know what, Josh, let's grow up. Let's really believe in yourself like you've never believed in yourself, and go out there and really start claiming your destiny. Instead of just being this artist that's like, okay, I'll just wait for the job to come to me. Okay, you know, oh great, I work there. My mentor wants me to do another show with her. Great. I think I've lived a kind of life where I've been very blessed and very successful because I did some early work in the beginning of my career, and then I coasted. So I think it's like time to be like, you know what? You have a husband, you have 2 dogs, you have a point of view, you want to do something really huge with your art, with directing and choreographing and teaching. That's one of the biggest lessons. And the other one is, I'm slowly going through my address book, and I went through the A's, the B's, the C's, and the D's. And every day I'm trying to reach out to every single person in my address book and say, hey, how are you? Let me know you're okay.
Yes, I got one of the early ones.
Yes, I'm going through slowly and slowly just to make sure whoever, like random people, the woman that drove me from Des Moines Metro Opera to the airport, I just reached out to her and I just like, hi, just please let me know you're okay. And some people like don't get back to me and they're like, I'm sorry, who is this? And I'm like, hey, it's Josh Walden. And it just means a lot.
New phone.
I love it.
Exactly. It just means a lot to connect to every single person and kind of remember, regardless of, not that there are politics, like, I mean, I guess there are politics and everything, but we get absorbed in trying to get to the next gig and get the next best thing and get the next review and get the next opportunity that's even better than this one. Social media kind of wants you to be constantly generating content that is better than the thing you did before. So this is reminding me that I've always wanted to stay in contact with family, friends, colleagues, and this is something that I hope I continue to do afterwards, is to let everyone know that I love them, I'm thinking about them, we're all connected. And it's been nice because sometimes I'll be like, oh my God, I haven't even thought about that person in so long. And reaching out to them, their response is really fulfilling because they're like, oh my God, thank you so much. This is such a nice thing to hear from you. like a friend of mine that I was in 42nd Street on Broadway with, we have not spoken in years, and she was a tough cookie at first when I joined the company because she was a very powerful woman, and then she softened with me, and now we have this like beautiful relationship, and it was just so nice to make that connection. So I'm hoping that continues after.
Good.
Great. Well, thank you for joining us and catching up with us, Josh. It's good to see you. And
oh my God, so good to see you.
Yes, this is fun.
And you know, we're making this a series called The First 5 Years.
Amazing.
Get it?
And, hopefully, at this point, people have seen our cute little we had a theme song.
Yeah, written by
Evan Lang, who played in our pit, and
yes.
He's great with that kind of stuff, and it.
Hello.
Maybe reminiscent of another musical that sounds like the name of our program. And anyway, so thank you for being part of this inaugural thing.
Yeah, Josh, we are so grateful that you are part of like CCT's first 5 years. It is incredible. We are so lucky to have you in the in the capacity we did for On the Town, and we're just so thankful that you're kind of part of that legacy so far. We love it. So
oh my God, I'm so happy. And you also opened up a door for me with the ballet company in Madison Ballet. I just through Kristen Hammer, who was in our show, she got me connected to the new artistic director, and she seemed very excited when Kristen talked to her about doing a piece for a season coming up, or there seems to be some interest. That's been a dream of mine. So thank you so much for helping me get that collaboration or get that connection. So
that's wonderful.
Get your butt back to Madison.
Yes, exactly.
Get Chris here too.
Get some cheese curds.
Yes. All right, my doll. Thank you so much. We are so grateful. Take care. We'll see you later.
Be safe.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
That's fun.
Okay. Yes, Josh is always so refreshing. He always has a good, happy outlook on life. And
he is a positive guy, man.
Very positive, very positive. So big thanks to Josh, and we'll be giving you updates, as things come along with our classes and shows. Here in Wisconsin, we've just been told that we're staying at home until Memorial Day, so that's going to be affecting some of things that we have coming up.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Thank you so much to all of our supporters and the people out there that have helped make the first 5 years for Capital City Theater a success. We are so grateful to you. We couldn't have done it without you, and we're looking forward to 5 more. So
we appreciate that you're considering a lot of nonprofits and struggling, to stay afloat. And if you would like to donate and keep us afloat, you can go to capitalcitytheater.org, look for the donations tab. $5, $10, whatever you want to do to support the arts, the performing arts here in the Midwest, please feel free to do that. And thank you for joining us. And we
look
want you
for
all
more people soon. We'll be talking to even more people, and some local artists as well that have worked with Capital City Theater.
We'll be doing some local artists that were on the town, so we'll be doing that soon. And until then, we hope that you all stay safe and healthy and happy.
Yes. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good one.